Up guys, another video. I'm about to go in for a heavy chest day, last one of this cycle, my meso cycle for my program, and then another deload week. But I want to do a little physique update and at the end of my workout, just to see if you guys can tell what I ate yesterday. And then we'll jump into the topic of today's video. So here's my physique post-workout. And what magical thing did I eat yesterday? No, it wasn't mushrooms. I just, right out of the gate, I'll say it was not mushrooms. I hate mushrooms. We'll leave it at that. Here's the physique. Welcome to another video, my dudes and dudettes. If you couldn't guess from the intro clip, Taco Bell is the answer. I had Taco Bell before that workout. And I know what you're thinking. Taco Bell, I thought you were in prep, you're on a diet. How can you put that less than dog food grade substance in your body? One, fuck you. Respectfully, I love Taco Bell. I will die on this hill. Is it healthy? Is it even food? Probably not. But I love it, and it is a tradition. For those of you who don't know, I am an attorney. I specialize in family law, so only the most positive, upbeat situations, minimal stress. I can't do that with a straight face. It is brutal. You talk to other attorneys, oh, what area do you practice family law? Oh, that is the general response. But that's not the topic of today's video. The topic of today's video is, when is cheating appropriate? Not in your relationships, guys, girls. Be faithful to your significant other. If you're polyamorous, be faithful to your partners in whatever parameters of your polyamorous relationship you have set for everybody. We're all inclusive here, all right? I don't judge. Just, be faithful, whatever that looks like. But when it comes to your diet, I've been known to step out on the marriage, so to speak. I'm proud of that one. Right there. It's cringe, I know, guys, but that was a good one, right? If you're looking at my physique in that posing video after my workout, I don't look drastically different. I'm not bloated, nothing like that. It's all about having a little bit of self-control, not going into Taco Bell or whatever your go-to restaurant would be and buying a franchise. Have things in moderation. Everything in moderation, even moderation. I don't know what famous person said that, but if it's not copyrighted, trademarked, I'm doing it right now. So there's a difference between a cheat meal, cheat day, these phrases get thrown around all the time, and something that's called a refeed day or refeed meal. What's the difference? Well, a cheat meal or a cheat day, one, has a horrible definition. I mean, you're already talking about cheating, negative connotation, sets up I think a somewhat unhealthy relationship with food and dieting. You're taking a negative word and associating it with food and what you're using to fuel your body. That's never a good thing. Cheat meal, cheat day doesn't generally have any type of structure to it. Things just sort of go off the rails, and usually they go off the rails pretty quickly. There's no restrictions on it. It can be bad. I'm not the end-all be-all on that, but I just don't think that a cheat meal going into something without any type of goal or mindset is great when it comes to going off your calorie intake, macros breakdown. It's not healthy. Am I guilty of doing it? 100%. But do as I say, not as I do. You don't really factor in your maintenance calories, your diet restrictions, macros. You just say, I'm going to eat whatever I want, I'm not really going to track it, and I'll pay the consequence later. Versus a refeed, which is a pretty technical term. I don't really think lay people that aren't into working out really use the word or the term refeed. Cheat day, I think that's just more of the colloquial phrase that people use. But refeed, right out of the gate, just from the word itself, it's a little bit of a healthier connotation. It's more focused on feeding your body, fueling your body for whatever your goals are, maintaining weight loss, muscle gain, bulking, but the focus is on the fuel that's going into your body. And you have but you have more guidelines put in place as far as what do the food sources look like, what is the macronutrient breakdown, whether this is an individual meal or a full day, because the goal is to either bring you back up to maintenance calories if you're in a deficit, and just sort of give you a little bit more energy, or even staying in a caloric deficit, but maybe you shift your calories around a little bit so the protein drops down, your fats drop down, but your carbs double, because that's the easiest way for your body to get energy. So there's different ways to have a refeed. What would I consider that Taco Bell meal? We're going to call it a cheat feed. It is sort of a cheat meal, sort of a refeed. I purposefully ate a little bit less that day because I was set for a trial. I knew that I was going to go into a full day of litigation. We ended up settling the case, but it still took until about, I think, 2 in the afternoon, maybe even closer to 3, before I actually got out of the court. And I didn't have anything really from 9 until 3. So there's a 6-hour window there where I didn't really eat. I packed snacks to take with me just in case, but my tradition after a trial, whether it is a custody trial, divorce trial, whether it settles or not, all of the prep, everything that goes into it, the adrenaline dump that happens after it, again, whether you litigate or you settle it, you're exhausted. You feel like you just went 12 rounds with Rocky Balboa, and it was not pleasant. But we settled the case. I had originally planned on it being a 2-day trial, second day, the day after this video goes up, and my Taco Bell day was going to be that day. But surprise, surprise, settled the case, and so I went to Taco Bell. That is my tradition. You know, fucks with tradition, and that was my stop. So because I hadn't really eaten much that day, I knew, obviously, fat was going to be through the roof because it's Taco Bell, and it's delicious and addictive, and that's mostly because of the fat intake. I prioritized protein sources earlier in the day. Later in the day, I had, I think, some more egg whites, just pure protein to get in. But my calorie intake for Friday was still my prep calories, 1900. I'll put a picture on the screen right here of everything I got from Taco Bell, and you're thinking there's no way in hell you kept your calories under 1900 eating all of that. Well, I didn't eat all of it, thank you very much. I showed enormous self-control in not eating all of it, and I kept the quesadilla and the cheesy or the crispy chicken cantina taco for Saturday. Again, factored it into my calorie intake for Saturday, so I really stretched this into sort of a cheat feed weekend. So it was not ideal. I would have preferred, in an ideal world, drop protein and fats, increase the calories, but right now my energy levels aren't so bad that I needed that. This was more for just the mental reward, help with pushing through the last half of prep at this point, and that's where refeeds and cheat meals, regardless of what you want to call them, they all fall under this umbrella of diet breaks. Do I think that's the best way to define it? Yes, because it signifies it's only temporary and it is just a little bit of a vacation from your diet. So if you've been really pushing it for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, however long that you feel, hey, I either need sort of a structured refeed or I just want to let loose Saturday and have late night pizza after the bar, go for it. But both of them are diet breaks. 1 day, 2 days is not going to completely derail all of your progress. You're not going to undo all of that work in a meal or two or a day or two. Did I put on a little bit of extra water weight from all the Taco Bell? Absolutely, because it's also 3 times my sodium intake for one quesadilla. But that water's going to come off real quick. I'm going to be right back on track. Do it when it's appropriate, though. So, treat culture. I've been on my diet for a week, so I deserve a cheat meal, or no. Be realistic. You have to hold yourself accountable. No one else is going to do it for you. But don't be afraid to let your hair down every so often when it comes to your diet and your macronutrient food intake. It's not going to be a deal breaker. But if you let I fell off the wagon a little bit, even if it's unintentional, I fell off the wagon, so the diet's ruined. The diet is not ruined. You'll be fine. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and carry on with your diet. Maybe factor in a little bit of extra cardio the next day if that really makes the guilt go down. But nothing about this should make you feel guilty. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this to make yourself feel confident, feel comfortable, be healthy. You shouldn't feel guilty about anything when it comes to your diet. Again, if you cheat on your spouse, talk to me. But also, you shouldn't be proud of that either. Whatever helps you stick to your diet, dietary adherence is the name of the game. Same thing when it comes to your workouts. Whatever you can be consistent with and stay with it long term, you can easily be consistent for a week, 2 weeks, even a month. But eventually that motivation will wear off, and then you're going to have to be disciplined, and you're going to have to stick to it through the thick and the thin. Do I think I'm going to have any cheat meals between now and the end of prep? No. I think it's done. I do have, I think, one more big trial that I might get a quesadilla, if I'm being grammatically correct, but that's it. Do I think there's going to be refeeds? Probably. I think I'm teetering on the point of my energy levels having to take a big hit. I might have to drop my calories maybe another 100 per day. We'll see over the next week or 2 weeks. But there's going to be an upcoming video about, similar to this topic, sticking to your goals while taking a literal vacation, like geographically, and also a vacation from your diet. So stay tuned for that video. That'll be coming up, I think, in about the next 2-3 weeks, somewhere in there. But that's going to cut it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I've been noticing the views, I think, have been trending upward. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone, even if it's to say, hey, look at this man bun bearded idiot who's just screaming into the void in his basement. Like, can you believe this? A view is a view. I can't be picky at this point, and if I provide any value, whether it's educational, informative, entertainment, cringe, whatever it is, I really appreciate it. So you guys carry on with your week, crush it till I talk to you next time, and get comfortable being uncomfortable.